So one thing we do every episode is Munro's random ass question. I don't feel like I've talked for a while, so I'm going to jump in here.
Nice.
And it's kind of fits with what we've been talking about. We've been on the edges, but is there anything? It could be in training, doesn't have to be, but is there anything out there right now that really just is like bends your mind? Something that you can't get your mind around. You're obsessed with thinking about, but it's like, oh. So I'll give an example. All right. So I'm not the most intelligent person, but I love thinking about space. But most of the concepts of space are so abstract that I just find myself going like, it's so insane. And then I'm sure this is old, but it's newer for me, of just the photos of the quantum entangled particles that came out, and they came out in their perfect yin yangs, like to the freaking like nth degree, a perfect yin yang, which like makes you think like, why was that a design? Like, what a random thing to see.
Right.
You know what I mean? And now, like, you're looking at, like, the basic of nature. It's there. Yeah. What the hell are those people seeing, and how did they know that shape? You know what I mean? Is it just completely random? Mm-hmm. But, like, I don't know if you've seen the photo. We'll insert in editing right here. Okay? So I just popped it up there.
Thank you for giving me another job to do.
I won't forget about that. It's just crazy. I was just thinking about it earlier today. I was just like, God, what a weird thing. Were they doing ding lifting and quantum entanglements? Like, what is going on here?
It just happens when your blood pressure gets really high and you're about to pass out after a ding and you see it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But does anybody else have anything that's just like, oh my, your brain can't even get around it? Radons or whatever the hell you were talking about?
Radians?
Hip radians?
I probably should have scaffolded that one a little bit,
Yeah.
for the
Well,
listener.
we talked about scaffolding. We did some.
Yeah.
The only people that cared about that are the people we've had on the podcast. But
I mean, one of the things that I continue to come back to is there's research on this idea of force velocity profiles, and
Mm-hmm.
because we're generally focused as the end goal of developing power and rapid force production. I get it. But the reality is, a lot of what has been, again, my opinion, but what has been done with that research has highlighted the importance of individualizing training, which is always important. But I would also make the argument that some of the recommendations that have been made are too black and white. So why this is a more complex concept is that just because a mathematical equation says do this, does that really make you better at everything? And those researchers have come out and said that a sprint force velocity profile and a jump force velocity profile are not related. They're unique to the task, which makes sense. We were talking about, strength being task specific, but my opinion and kind of how you are developing an athlete is, and I'm going to give a version of this presentation later this month and then at the national conference this summer at the NSCA, is training strength in a task-specific way. So, I'm going to go back and use your word of scaffolding, because it is long-term development when it comes to different pieces. We have to understand the complexity of what develops a task. So, like the NFL Combine going on, you see these people who are running crazy fast. Well, why are they running crazy fast? Is it technique? Is it fiber type? Is it God-given ability to produce force into the ground more effectively than somebody else? It's probably a combination of all of those things. We forever chase the genetic ceiling, but the concept all comes back to impulse. It's not like we're trying to make. Sometimes I feel like we are reinventing metrics that already exist. We're making things more complicated than they need to be. So a quote that I got from Bob Alejo is, I love this, is, tell me what it is and I'll tell you what we called it. Like the type of training that we talk about may be more researched now, but it's been around for a long period of time. So